I'm talking relationships worth more than money. No time for the fake or the phony. Tweezy jump the gym, it's so evident. Link up with the gang. I'm talking relationships.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. What's
Yes,
up, man? Everybody, this is Relationships Worth More Than Money podcast. I'm Tweezy. Who do I got to the right of me?
Hey, we got JDT Music, man. We got JDT, producer, songwriter, composer. What's going on, brother?
Man, you love everything, man. You forgot something else, though, man. You got the most important part.
Oh, yeah. Active duty. You know what I'm saying? Duty, for sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What? I mean, even me, bro. Like we met 2-3 years ago. It's been a minute, right?
At the writing camp. Yep.
Yeah. So let's give us a rundown, man. Like where you from? Where you started? How did you start music? You know, just give us a rundown on everything.
For sure. I definitely say the first touch point for music for me definitely came from family. Seeing my sister, she rap, seeing my aunts and like they sing, and like my uncles too, they were into music and stuff like that. So that was something that I always wanted to do. I didn't necessarily want to rap, but I knew I wanted to do something that had to do with production. I wanted to make a beat, or I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, like make, because it was the beat that you listen to that you like, oh, this is this song. You feel what I'm saying? And I always wanted to kind of have that connection with it. So I say by the time I reached, let's say 16, 17, so 2017, my homie, who was also a producer, Madman, he moved to the neighborhood, and it was like during the summertime or around then, we would always hoop and stuff like that. And every now and again, we go back to the crib and we just chill and just play a game. And I seen FL Studio. It was like, I think back then, FL Studio 12 was the main software.
Yeah.
And he was like, and I was like, yo, what is that? Like, how do you, I see all these like buttons and like lights and shit like that. And I see the software and I'm like, how do you, like, what are you doing? And that's when he told me, he was like, yo, hey, I'm making music. I'm making beats. And I was like, making beats? Like, you're making the beat yourself. Yeah. It ain't no, that you don't need like $500,000 worth of equipment. You know what I'm saying? So then I was like, all right, dang, like it's possible. And I used to go and just make beats because he had the demo version at the time. We wasn't paying for shit. We wasn't paying for nothing, bro. We had the demo version at the time. Yeah, bro. And then like not too long after that, I was like, you know what? I could just download the demo version on my family laptop over at the house. So then I was like, all right, cool. So that's what I did. And then ever since then, I just started making music. Yeah.
Where you from?
Yeah, so I'm from Lawrenceville, Georgia, up in Gwinnett County. Not too far. That's about 15, 20 minutes from the heart of downtown. So
yeah,
I say like every now and again I pull up to Midtown or like downtown, but ever since I like left and moved out and stuff like that and really seen the music scene, that's when like I'm always down here.
So how long so you was making beats before you joined the military?
Yeah, bro. Started making beats 2017, but I didn't know I could turn it into a business until 2022. That's when I started popping out. That's when I started like, okay, like an LLC, like what's that? What's copyright? What's trademarks? What are all these different, you know what I'm saying, intellectual property? What is all these things that I could use to leverage to actually create a business that I could do on the outside too?
Okay. And when you got into the Marines, you got in the Marines what year?
So I got in 2019, August 2019. That's when that was my first day of boot camp. You know about it.
Yeah, man. You know that's where everything starts, man. Like it's gonna make or break you.
Everything starts, bro. That's
gonna
where
make or break you,
everything
man.
start.
Yeah,
Break
it's
you
gonna make or
down.
break you. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Break you down, build you back up, help you get confident and stuff like that. So that's the beginning point right there.
So, what encouraged you to join the military?
For sure. So, mainly the structure, and having something afterwards, like after college, or not after college, but after high school. I wanted to go to college. I just didn't know how to go about like paying for it and everything like that. So I just didn't want to like force college at the time. So I just was like, I'll just do the military thing.
And what you doing that, man? Like you said, you didn't even. So you got your feet wet first in the military, and then you said, "Boom, let me try to turn this music thing into a business." Who encouraged you to do that? Like, was it just you, just out the blue, or was it like somebody that said, like, "Yo, you know, you can make money off this"?
I think it was not out the blue. I won't say it was out the blue, but I would say like, because I've always been kind of connected to music. So even before, because like I said, I started producing in 2017. I joined in 2019. So by that time, I already knew about the Southsides, Metro. I already knew about like all the big producers and stuff like that. So following them kind of connected me to like it's like another side of the music business, because they're advanced producers, but they're also like businessmen. You feel what I'm saying? So like once I started seeing clips of like sides of the music business, I'm like, oh, okay, so you can make money off this. Yeah. And it didn't hit until like after I joined, but I would say that they were definitely the first like touch point in terms of like, okay, I can actually be successful like doing music. Yeah.
Well, like, give me a normal day, man, because like in our world, like, you got a certain time you got to get up, you got a certain time you got to be to work. And what was it like for you? Was you one of the ones that was getting it in like at work, getting it in during child, like what you was doing?
So it depends on the day. Ideally, I like to wake up early. So let's say if we do have PT, right? Because you know what I'm saying, PT in the morning, you wake up around 5, 6. Yep. You do that till about like 7:30, around there. And then you change over. He knows what I'm talking about.
Yep. Change over. Change over, Change
over, right. You shower, everything like that, and then like you get dressed, like you in your clothes and stuff like that, and then you go to I'll go get breakfast first. Then I'll go work. Yeah. From there, from about 8 to 11. I don't know if it changed or anything like that, but that's around the time frame, that morning time. If you don't get what you need to get done between 8 and 11, you shot. You shot. So I'll take you around 11. Done. Exactly. So around 11 time frame, that's when I'm going back. I'm going back to my room, and then I'm either in the gym or I'm working on a beat. Okay. It just depends on the day. Like ideally, that 11 to 13 time frame is when I can like just do me. I don't got to worry about no work obligations. But sometimes work it's all over the place, and you don't have that. You don't have that freedom. So it's wherever you can. It's like a rhythm. Wherever you can find the space. Wherever you can find a space to do that.
What you score on the ASVAB?
On the ASVAB, shoot, boy, I guessed on that mug, bro. I ain't even gonna lie, but I was in the 50s.
But you got I know you got to be in the 50s, because that's why I asked, because of your MOS, your job. Like, that's
yeah. Oh,
you had to score over 50 to get that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I was in the 50s.
And let's talk about that MOS, man. A lot of people don't know what MOS mean, military occupational specialty, sure. Which is job. Your job. What's your job? What's your job?
Job field. So MOS 6842, right? So that's meteorology and oceanography analyst forecaster. That's my military occupational specialty. So like I'm more so tracking operational impacts to the mission. Yeah, like weather in the environment and stuff like that. But then I also have like a responsibility to like kind of tailor that to the mission set. So if we're doing something like nothing even crazy, let's say we're doing aid, humanitarian aid or something like that.
Yeah.
And I know that it's for a large amount of people. I can't just be like, oh, it's going to be this cold. Oh, it's going to be this hot. No. I have to be like, okay, we're expecting to do X, Y, Z at this time. Based on the environment, this is the best, you know what I'm saying? Like, asset or means of going about it. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And that's just a suggestion. Like, I'm not finna make no, you know what I'm saying? Like, tell people what to do. But at the same time, it's my job to make sure that everyone's tracking, like, okay, this is what we got. This is what's coming in. And this is also what's like to expect. Based on all that, we can move like this and it'll give us the best success. So that's kind of like my main.
Bro, you might be the first person that I met in the military that got that MOS, bro. I ain't even gonna cap with you. Yeah, man, because like I met reporters. Huh?
That community's small, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, I met reporters. I had one of the guys in my platoon in boot camp was a reporter. Like he was combat camera, but he ended up being crazy part, bro. He ended up being a dude on AFN. So like, so like I'm in Iraq one time and I'm looking at the AFN and I'm like, yo, is that? I think his name was Gerardo.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, is that Gerardo? You know what I mean? And I'm looking, I'm like, yo, that is him. Like, bruh, like a reporter, news reporter on AFN network. So I'm like, that shit crazy, bro. Buddy on Armed Forces Network. And like, I was like, yo, that's dope. But like, you are definitely the first person that has the weatherman / so you checking water too. It's not just
check ocean.
You checking the ocean. So the ocean is like, what is that like? Like tap in more to that, bro. Because I'm like intrigued, bro. I love like the science part of everything. Like, so yeah, just tell me what that entails.
Yeah, for sure. And it's crazy you mentioned that, like the science behind it, because I ain't joined the military to do no science, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like I did not join the military because I didn't expect it. So I think it was definitely God trying to put me in a position. Because I genuinely did get on the ASVAB. I got the minimum required score to get a lot of jobs. So like that was just blessed. You feel what I'm saying? And then I think it's also when you talk about like how involved it is, I could have easily just been like, man, I ain't trying to learn all this like science stuff, because when you talk about the ocean and stuff like that, as a Marine, we're shit to shore. You feel what I'm saying? Like we're on a boat, beach, you know what I'm saying? We storming the beach or whatever the case, right? That's our whole like amphibious, like that's our whole like culture. And so that's what whenever they're asking me for like different products and stuff like that, I got to take that into consideration. So I'm a throw a word at you. I'm gonna throw a word at you, but bear with me, right? So we got bathymetry.
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 Them. Yeah.
Bathymetry.
Bathymetry. Yeah, exactly. So it's literally like the topography of not the ocean, but like the land underneath the ocean, if that makes sense.
Right.
The seafloor. You feel what I'm saying? If you have, so you look at places like Cali, right? You know how they got big waves, you know what I'm saying? Because in a long story short, that bathymetry is much steeper. You feel what I'm saying? That the land underneath the water is much steeper than on somewhere like Jacksonville, North Carolina. It's very shallow, flat land, flat. You know what I'm saying? So they don't get no waves over there in Camp Lejeune. You know what I'm saying? You get some baby waves, bro. You go crazy over a 2-footer. You really go crazy over a 2-footer, bro. But in Cali or somewhere like Hawaii, where it is mountainous, they do have like all that they got. They're known for waves.
Like underneath the water.
Underneath the water, yeah.
So it's mountains underneath the water in like Cali and Hawaii.
Well, you got to think like just over time, a lot of the landmarks that we got right now, they didn't look like that. You feel what I'm saying? And so like over time and as like, I guess I guess the water just rose and stuff like that, covering the islands or whatever it is that they got going on. So that there's a lot more landmass underneath from what we just see. From like all that we see, there's a lot more landmass underneath that. And it's like, it's a lot about like upwelling and like all that stuff, but I ain't gonna lie.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, bro. It's a lot, bro.
So like who would you be giving this information to? Like would it be like a special operations unit or amphibious assault vehicles? That was my first unit, Amtrak's, 3rd AAB.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know about tracks. Oh yeah, I know about tracks.
Yeah, 3rd AABN battalion, dog. Over there, we was right off the water in Cali. So you know what I'm saying? Like, that was my first introduction to California, bro. Like flying into San Diego and boom, going right to Camp Pendleton, 3rd tracks, man. And so like who do you get this information to?
Yeah, so it really depends on who the client is, because there's not one set person that I give the information to. Yeah. At least from what I know, every MOS has a DCI. So for my MOS, it falls under the DCI information. Now, when I joined, it was operations. Okay, so the reason why that's important is because that depends on which shop I'm working in. I used to work really close to the 3. In most of the BICs that I've been in, like for the past, I would say year, even when I was on deployment this past year, I was working with the 2. So I was working with intelligence. Yeah, that's because they've been making a lot of changes. So what that ends up exposing us to is now we're talking to the big wigs. Like we're talking to the mission commander. We're talking to the colonel. We talking to the stars. You feel what I'm saying? Like we talking to them because they got the final say. So our whole thing is aiding decision-making process, making sure like mission execution is like, or operational planning is good. But yeah, it's really like the big wigs that we be briefing and stuff like that, talking to.
Yeah. So like you just got off a deployment. What deployment was you on?
Yeah, so let's see. March, I think it was 4th. I'm not sure.
Last year? It was last year, right?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah.
Last year. I was with the 24th MEU. We went out to the Mediterranean Sea, and we just did what we had to do. Like we was out
Yeah. But yeah, like so like because I want people to understand, like, you know, Marines, we air, land, and sea. And we with the Navy. You was with the Navy, right?
I was with the Navy.
Yeah. You was with the Navy, and y'all was out on the Mediterranean. And what stops did y'all stop at?
Oh, we stopped in Denmark.
Okay, that's dope. See, that's why I'm mad, man. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Well, hold on. I'll get back to Denmark because Denmark wasn't even a full stop, but I did touch land, so I'm counting.
Yeah. Yeah, if you touch land, that counts.
That counts.
Yeah.
Denmark, Spain, Greece, Turkey, which Turkey was crazy. Cyprus.
Yeah.
Where else? I think that was it. I think that was it for me. But depending on who you were attached to, you could have gone to like other places in Greece, or you could have gone to different places around the world. So it depends, because certain missions, they require you to do certain like different stuff. So certain people got to go like other countries and stuff like that. I'm not sure about. But
was you with a MAGTF?
Yeah, MEU and MAGTF. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, MEU and MAGTF. It was a great learning experience. I'll forever say that.
How long you were there? Was you gone for what, 7 months or a year? How long you was gone on the sea?
Shoot, I was gone about 7.
Yeah, cause I remember you hitting me up.
Oh yeah, I reached out.
Yeah, you hit me. So like December, right? About November, December.
Yeah, December I came back.
Yeah.
December I came back, and man, I was so glad to be home, bro. Like I don't know how to explain it. I was just so glad to see my fam, see my friends, and just like be back in one location.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, like the thing with us, man, like so one of my benefit tags was traveling adventure, bro. Remember I told you I was a recruiter.
Right.
So like
Right.
now I look back at it because they used to be like, yo, y'all probably just here just for this. Y'all probably just here for that. And I was like, man, like I'm in. Like, I wanted education opportunities. You know what I'm saying? I wanted traveling adventure, but I also wanted pride of belonging. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I've always been a part of a team. So we once I got Cali, man, it was remember how like MOS, like they tell you, hey, East Coast, West Coast, overseas, put it in whatever order, and you're probably gonna go. That's probably where you're gonna get stationed at your first duty station. So I'm like, overseas, West Coast, East Coast. So at the time, they didn't send nobody from Motor T over there. So I ended up getting West Coast. Yeah, it was crazy because the team, the class before mine in Fort Leonard Wood, they went overseas, East Coast, West Coast. They went to all three.
Okay.
I didn't. My class didn't get it. It was just East Coast, West Coast. You know what I'm saying? I made sure I didn't want to go to Lejeune. Like it's just something. Like,
hey, I just left from there, bro. I just left from there, bro.
It just don't sit. Man, I just don't like it, man. I think because of MCT, I'm like, ugh. Like this is like just like, nah, I'm straight. This ain't nothing exciting over here.
Yeah.
So I got West Coast, got Cali. That's my only regret, bro, is not going on the mute. That's why I said I'm gonna get back to it because when I got back from Iraq the second time, I had orders to go overseas to Oki, and that was my thing. I'm like, I want to touch every part of the Marine Corps as a enlisted Motor T sergeant. You know what I'm saying, or whatever rank I was gonna be. And sometimes, man, I regret it because it's like, if I would have went over there, I would have got the experience overseas. But I ended up coming to Quantico. So I don't really fully regret it because a lot of people that I still got in my life, that's my brothers, came from Quantico. You know what I'm saying? So, but I also got married too in Quantico because if I left to Oki, I wouldn't have been able to marry my kid's mom. You know what I'm saying? Because they would have sent me over there as unaccompanied because I wasn't married when I got my orders. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said, you know what? Cool. But the mute, man, I used to see all my homies, the red patchers, everybody, they about to go on. Man, I used to see all of them, and I'm like, dog, where y'all going? And they're like, man, I don't know. We going, we about to go down to San Diego and train, or the ship would come up to us in Pendleton, and all the tracks that they're gonna drive out to the ship, and that was dope. Just watching them like drive out, or the LCACs, the hovercrafts, would take all our vehicles. Yeah, it would take all our vehicles and drive them out to the ship, and the ship looked so close, but it was so far away. And I would be watching, and I'm like, man, I want to go on the mute because I know they get to stop at different ports and have some liberty, and have a good time.
Yeah,
and
gotta have some limo.
But you need limo because if you don't have limo, you on that ship for how long?
100. You could be on that ship for 100 more.
100 or more days, bro.
Just ocean.
Now when you just in the water, right?
Right.
Did you have your laptop there so you can make beats still?
Oh yeah. And
you had a plus there.
But I'm not always able to, you know what I'm saying? It's like I said, rhythm. Because especially once you get to an SEO rank, it's different. Like it's different if you're new to the fleet and you go to a mute. You feel what I'm saying? Not saying that you won't have to step up regardless. Everyone has to step up regardless of what your rank is when you deploy out there. But as a sergeant, especially, like it's not just you. You feel what I'm saying? It's you and whoever else is around you and whoever else is in your section, in your shop. Yeah. You also have a responsibility, like, you know what I'm saying? Make sure that stuff's going good. So that way the staff can know ain't doing too much. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be the bridge. You're supposed to be the gap. And so, I mean, honestly, I just wanted to help the team. Anything I could do to help the team. And then once everything was good with them, anything that I wanted to do, then it's like, oh yeah, I'm on it. Cause that's when I go to the Birthing. That's when I go to like the library or I wouldn't go to the mess hall because like there's too many people down there, but just go somewhere and then I'm cooking. Like I made that the Mind That Seed, the little beat tape. I think I dropped it. I dropped it on Instagram and stuff like that. It's all on all platforms and stuff too. But it was just something that I kept creating throughout the entire 7 months. Kept creating, kept making beats, kept making music and stuff like that. But yeah, man, it can get overwhelming sometimes though.
But here's the thing: a mind at sea.
Yeah,
you dropped that while you was at sea.
Yeah.
So you had Wi-Fi. You hooked up to whatever platform, what you use, DistroKid, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you
no, I dropped it after. I finished it.
Oh, you finished it. Okay. I was about to say, boy,
on the boat.
That's hard. If you know what I'm saying, if you drop that joint while you at sea, that'd have been crazy.
Yeah.
That'd have been crazy for real. Cause like, and that's why I tell people, man, I was telling you the story before, man, like we had a studio in the barracks, bro. In the barracks. Like we literally went to home, man. Shout out to Hash, shout out to G Money, shout out to Legend, shout out to Cap. Like and the crazy part is Legend and Cap were staff NCOs.
Wow.
Staff NCOs, me and Hash and G Money, we were all NCOs, sergeants. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
break that down for them. The NCOs.
Oh yeah. So you know how it is, man. When you in the military, you got E1, E2, E3. E1 private, E2 private first class, E3 last corporal. Once you get to that next rank, E4, you become a non-commissioned officer. So if you see any Marine with that red stripe on their leg, that's the blood stripe. That's how you.
That's at least an NCO.
Yeah, you at least an NCO. You know what I'm saying? So their rank is either E4 or higher. You know what I'm saying? So E4 and E5 are NCOs. E6 to E9 is staff NCOs, which is staff non-commissioned officers. So we hold a bigger billet, you know what I mean? And we're held to a higher standard, you know what I mean? But at the same time, all of the standard is Marine standard. So our shit are already high. You know what I'm saying? Just higher, the higher you go. But yeah, so man, it was what? E5s, E4s, E5s, and E6s.
Okay.
We literally built the studio, man. Went to Home Depot, Hash went and built that joint. G Money, because we used to use the wall lockers, and we had opened the doors, and that was the booth. And we put padding on the back on the doors, and inside of that was the booth. But then we got even more creative. Went to Home Depot, got some plywood, got some what else we get? Oh, plexiglass.
Plexi.
Yeah, that was for the window, so we can see the artist in the booth. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And no, it was drywall. We had got some drywall. Got like three things of drywall, cut it up. Literally had it in the corner in the barracks room, man. If you know, on 21 area in Delmar, across from the gas station, the little gas station / PX.
PX.
Yep. By the armory, we was in that barracks right there across, man. And literally, we would record, then we would hit San Diego, do street team stuff, putting stuff up, man. That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of these people, they be wanting the fame, but they ain't putting in the grind. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been putting in this work since 04. You know what I'm saying? And I've been, you know what I'm saying? I've been trying. And then once I figured out my lane, I got in with the beat battles, and then I started learning how to really like make music for artists, because the beat battles is dope. Don't get me wrong. Shout out to rest in peace to Jay Hatch. Shout out to Sis from iStandard. But then and also shout out to L too, man, because L got us in that nice joint. Got us connected. You know what I mean? And multiple people. And it was crazy because some of the people that I knew from L's joint, the boom boom room writing camp, like we came from beat battling. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I knew, you know what I'm saying, some of the people in there. But I met you, and I met a bunch of more dope artists, dope producers, and writers. So yeah, man, shout out to the boom boom room writing camp, man, because
100%. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah. They definitely got me focusing on artists. But yeah, man. Even then, if you didn't do you did do the album on C, you just didn't publish it, then put it out to when you got back. Mm-hmm. What you learned from being out there?
I still say that it was, I would say, the greatest learning opportunity so far in my life. All the exercises, all the different opportunities that I've had, I still say the Mew tops it. It was at times, it was a little overwhelming, but hey, that's the nature of the beast. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're gonna go through periods of where it's like, dang, I don't know exactly everything that I need to do, but that's why you got, you know what I'm saying, you got a team. You know what I'm saying? You got a team and you got people to bounce ideas off, and you have leadership to, you know what I'm saying, make it in the right mind frame. But I would say the main things that I learned while I was out there was like self-reflection, because you're like in the middle of the ocean, you know what I'm saying? And there's times where you don't have like anything to do. Like you just have off time. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Sometimes you'll have that ability, or if you're on liberty, that's when I felt like I was really playing the game like of life. You feel what I'm saying? When I was seeing different cultures, I'm like hearing people communicate in different languages and like doing different things, stuff like that. Like, and I think that's when I recognized like, oh, like this world is much bigger than what I know. Right. That was one of the top lessons that I learned. And I was like, dang, like it ain't just like America. You know what I'm saying? Like it's global, it's international. So that was the biggest lesson, is recognizing like how important it is to tap into like different cultures and stuff like that, learn different ways of life, stuff like that. So
all right, so we had our talk earlier, a while back, and I'm gonna do this thing every time I get somebody that's in the military. I'm gonna do this segment. This segment gonna be called Pros and Cons. All right, proficiency and conduct. All right, that's what pros and cons mean. All right, pros and cons. What is your pros and cons? Being that we going off the Marine Corps standards, 5 being the highest, you know what I mean, and 1 being the lowest. What is your pros and cons on going on a Mew?
Pros and cons on going on a Mew. And this is what I would say before I get my pro. I just want to background real quick.
Yeah.
Before I just say a number, it's not based on how luxurious or like how like glamorous it is, because it's a deployment. You feel what I'm saying? It's not gonna be like, it's not gonna be pretty.
Keep it a buck, dog. Keep it a buck. Yeah, keep it a buck.
I would really give it a 3. I would give it a 3.4, 3.5. I give it a 3.4, 3.5. Man, a little bit above. I know. It's like, dang, that's a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of.
That's like private. That's PFC. That's PFC and goddamn. That's PFC and Lance Corporal.
Yo, yeah, that's so
3.4, 3.5.
Yeah. But it's the reason why I rank it there is because it forced me. It challenged me to become a better version of myself, to literally like figure out a way, because this mission set that I was helping was outside anything that I've worked in. It was, I've been working in like air station units. I've been doing air wing stuff, like working up in Cherry Point. That's the home of the wing. You feel what I'm saying? Working at Second Mall. I done did that too. Been in Intel, but like all aviation stuff. So going to the MAGTAP, where your job is to cover every mission set. That ain't just the aviation stuff. That's the ground side. So how are the grunts going to be affected? That's ocean side. You know what I'm saying? And the Navy, they have their METOC sale too. So leaning heavy on them and making sure that our understanding was consistent, so that way I could communicate that same, you know, information out to all the other commanders, blue side or green side. So it was like, I had never been in that capacity to have to do all those things. And so I would say, because it forced me to be in that position, that was like a good takeaway. That was a real plus, because now I got the confidence that, shoot, where you want me to go? What you want me to do? Shoot. In the military, outside the military. This is me talking to God now. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, because I really had the faith, man. I really had to like tap in and like strengthen my relationship with God, because if I didn't, man, it would have been so easy to get caught up. But yeah, that was definitely why I give it a 3.5, 3.7.
So 3.4, 3.5 just went to a 3.5, 3.7.
Oh, I said 3.4, 3.5. Then we gonna keep it.
Yeah, you said 3.4, 3.5. I say, dang, you done ranked it up some more.
No. We're gonna keep it there. Because
yeah, man. So what, 7? What? 6 years in?
6 years in.
6 years in.
It'll be 60 years August
19th.
19th.
Yeah, August 19th. 6 years, man. What's the future, bro? You gonna re-enlist? You gonna stay in? You gonna get out? What you gonna do? Because we had this talk.
We did talk about this. We talked about it.
I want the people to know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I would definitely say I'm gonna stick to our conclusion. I'll say I'll revisit it.
Okay.
I'll revisit it. Yeah. But ideally, I do want to do music full time. I want to really develop the brand, and I want to do things. Now, I know that there's ways about going about it to where I don't have to fully get out. Like there's a reservist opportunity. There's things like that. Mm-hmm. But I also recognize that government obligation does trump whatever it is that you trying to do. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Doing 20 is not a bad thing at all. It's when you have such a conflicting interest of things that you want to do and things that you have to do. Whenever I see, I'm not saying this is all staff and COs. This is not all leadership. This is not all officers. But when they stay in and they force themselves to go through, you know what I'm saying, just so that they can get the pension, they end up leaving a trail of blood. Not literally, but like figuratively, to where it's like their work relationships are terrible. The home relationships are terrible. And they've gotten the check, but they turn around and look back and it's like they haven't, you know what I'm saying? And that's not everybody's case. But I'm saying whenever you believe that there's something that you like want to do, really want to do, but you suppress it and you kind of like just is like, nah, I'll just do the 20. There's a little bit of a resentment that can be built. I'm not saying that's always the case. For sure. But there's a resentment that can be built that then gets pushed on to other people. And I've seen that. It still happens. It's not everyone, but I think that that's something that I'd rather not try to see. I don't know. Yeah,
man. I feel you, man. Like I told you before, bro. I was like that my first enlistment. I'm like, man, I'm getting out. Nope, I'm getting out. I don't want to do this. Nope, I'm done. And then I had to think about it, man, because it was like the long run. Like, are we playing a short game or are we playing a long game? And that's how I was telling you earlier, previous conversations weeks ago. Like, it's really, bro, it's really just on what you want to make of it, man. Because when you look at it, yes, you're gonna have some superiors, you're gonna have your team around you, you're gonna have people that's your peers that's gonna be there with you. But at the end of the day, it's you, dog. Like, so it's like it's whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? It's what you want to make of it. And that's why I was telling you, like, S might be, I think S in 15 now, 15 years, and he's still doing it. He's still doing it. He making a way. You know what I'm saying? And he Navy. He on the ship all the time. We only go on the ship when we need to deploy. He's on the ship
deploy type
all the time. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at S, and I'm like, man, if S still can do it, like, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? But if your heart ain't there, I mean, like, like, do what you got to do, man, to make the best for you. But I'm telling you, man, if it was up to me, bro, I'd still be in right now. I probably been putting in my papers because I'm already at 20. You know what I'm saying? This year it'd be 21. You know what I'm saying? But
you be looking to get that DD 214.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like, you stay in. Like, I probably would have stayed in until the girls got in college. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
because the girl's like, my oldest, she turned 13 Saturday. So, you know what I mean? In 4 more years, 4 or 5 more years, she'd been in college. So I probably would have stayed in until at least my first one got into college. And if not, you know what I'm saying? But I look at it now, it's like, man, everything happened for a reason. Like, it was a reason for me to get forced out. Like, I didn't get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just they had that order saying, like, if you are E5 and you don't pick up E6 by your 10-year mark, you got to get out. I was already at 11. And I'm like, if I'm on recruiting duty and y'all can let me pass at 11, why y'all can't just let me re-enlist? You know what I'm saying? Let me re-enlist and let's see how it goes. So, yeah, bro, it's on you. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's on you. So I look at that and I just like, because, man, music is everything to me, and I know it is to you. So, listen, I still look. You see the mic in the back, like, you know what I mean? You see everything. Like, I got everything here. So, like, when I need to come in and work, this is my space to just vent. This is where I vent at. I'm doing music, PS5 right here. Like, everything I do is right here. So it's like, you have to look at it like that. But you being in for this long, you are already ahead. You know what I'm saying? You are already ahead. So if you do get out, I know you'll be straight because, you know what I mean, not only your job, you going to school too while you in?
I was. Once I got on ship, I couldn't. I didn't I didn't drop. I guess I did, but like once I'll say the summer roll around, I should be good to continue my college classes. I'm trying to go for marketing management.
Yeah, I went to school for. That's what I went to school for. Marketing. Yeah. That's a business degree. And then it's still business. So you know what I'm saying? Get it, man. Knock it out, man. Now when you go back to school, I've been out for a while since 2015. What they are they still giving you $4,500 for each fiscal year for school while you in? Or did they up that joint?
I'm sure they probably upped it.
Either way, $4,500 is still good. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Why you in? This ain't even your GI bill.
Yeah, and this TA. This is straight.
Yeah, it's all tuition assistance.
You don't touch post 9/11. You don't touch Montgomery. You don't touch none of that.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, to be honest, I haven't had to pay it down for classes. I encourage all of my juniors. I encourage everybody that I talk to, do tuition assistance. Go try and even take some classes. Even if you're not really fully getting a degree, just take some classes. Learn some because it's free. So yeah. I don't know the exact number though. I don't know the exact number.
Like, I love free. If it's free, give it to me. Unless it's something else. But hey, when it comes to school and uniforms or whatever, if it's free,
give it to me. Yeah.
Give it to me, dog. I need it. You know what I mean? But
they still doing that allowance and stuff. They still
the allowance for everything for the uniform and stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's the part that I miss too, man. I hate moving. I think that's probably one of the biggest things I hate not having no more, man. TMO. I need TMO, bro. When I move, I need. Hey, I'm not touching nothing. They wrap
DMO
up
now.
Huh? It's DMO.
They DMO. TMO to DMO.
Yeah. Hey, I ain't touching nothing. Yep. Go ahead, wrap it up. No. Yep. That's in the box. Okay. Let me just check it off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got to touch nothing, dog. Like, you can't. That's one thing I miss. Like, DMO. Anytime I move, they got my joint. But you do got to check. You do got to check and make sure that they put everything in there.
Because sometimes, right, and it's still like a great service because I'd rather have somebody else do it for me than for me to pack everything up myself. But then, like, sometimes, bro, I've heard the horror stories where people just throwing boxes all over the place, stuff breaking by the time they get back to your spot. So, like you said, like, it's a good service, but just make sure you check. Just make sure you check. Make sure you do the due diligence, bro, because...
Yeah, they stole my dang on daughter's piggy bank, bro. She had like $100 and $2 bills. So she had $52 bills in her piggy bank, bro. They stole that joint. You know what I'm saying? Like that for
Yo,
$100.
that is wild, bro.
And it was
That
a
is
custom
wild.
piggy bank. It had her name on it and everything. And I'm like, yeah, y'all gonna steal that? Okay.
I'm gonna steal a piggy bank.
A piggy bank, bro. A piggy bank.
Where was this at? Was this in Pendleton or was this in Oakland?
Yeah, Pendleton, dog. I ain't never make it, dog. It was Pendleton. Yep. It was Pendleton. Because here's the thing, from Jersey to Cali, they ain't mess with it. From Cali back to DC.
That's when stuff started getting all over the place.
Yeah. Okay. Stuff got a little shaky, man. But man, what's next?
Yeah, man. So next step, and I guess the next step is currently happening right now, is building that foundation. Getting back outside, doing, I guess, the what they say, chop wood, carry water. You know what I'm saying? Doing the things that, like, at the time they may not, you know what I'm saying, seem like as much, but the deposits that, like, build interest over time, you know what I'm saying, build value over time. So that's why I'm trying to go to different studios, network, reconnect. That's why as soon as I came back, or even a little bit while I was deployed, I tried to reach out and stuff like that. Because people be saying they reach out. They don't reach out for real.
They don't be reaching out.
Oh,
bro, I'm gonna get with you. I'm gonna get with you on the.
I'm gonna fuck with you. I'm
gonna fuck with you though. Yeah, dope.
But yeah, like that. So building relationships, reconnecting, and stuff like that. Getting in the studio, and then getting a better structure on a business. Currently talking to a few legal professionals and stuff like that on how I can best set myself up so that way I can leverage my IP, intellectual property, right? All the trademark and copyright. It's expensive now, but then you take into consideration how that can help you on the back end come time for taxes and stuff like that and helping you. So getting that locked down, getting social media locked down, and then kind of having a plan and a strategy that's, I would say, could take me out 3 months. I want a 90-day kind of like I guess, content pool that I can pull from and I can schedule out so that way, even once I do leave Atlanta, because I'm not gonna be here, too much longer.
Right.
I got some stuff I got to do back in freaking Lejeune, but
so you ain't taking your 30 days yet?
So I'm on it right now, but at the same time, once we left, I kind of split it up because we had holiday leave. So they let everybody leave and stuff like that. And now I'm on kind of like the post deployment leave. I already checked out of the MU and everything like that. So I'm done there. But even though I'm on leave, I always like to use this opportunity to see what can I do to build, you know what I'm saying, the brand. What can I do to build business? Because it don't feel like a job to me, bro. It don't feel like, oh, I have to use my leave and I have to go back to work. No, it's like, this is what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So now, like I said, having that, I guess, pool of content that I can pull from for an extended period of time. So that way, once I am over back in Lejeune and stuff like that, it's still running. It's still going. So yeah, that's the main thing. Getting the structure right, building the foundation. So that way you have like not a consistency, but like what's the word? Like not motion, but like, you know what I mean? Like it's like where you have things lined up. You know what I'm saying?
It could be like your schedule or
momentum. Like some momentum built up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely. I mean, the fact that you live in Georgia, you from Georgia, like you already got a plus up because you can get down to the A quickly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, get and be in all the studios that you need to be in and be around those people. It's just the only thing, man, that bothers me with that is that a lot of times, man, your music's good. You know what I'm saying? And you know that you just need to get put in with the right artist. But a lot of times, man, they still be kind of like gatekeeping, and I don't be understanding that. Like, bro, like it's enough food out here for everybody. Let me eat, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's the only thing. And that's why when I be doing a lot of these events and stuff, man, I kind of like do the pros and cons on them. Like what I gain from it. You know what I mean? How many people I meet. Like, that's my goal. Like every time I go in there, I try to speak to everybody because for some reason people always say like I got this demeanor of me that like I'm a bodyguard and I don't want to be talking to nobody, but I'm one of the coolest people you talk to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm one of the coolest ones, and we chop it up all day. So
literally the whole section.
Yeah. So like, and we weren't even on the team together. That's the crazy part.
On the same team.
Yeah,
bro.
we weren't even on the same team. So it's like I try to. My goal when I go in there, and I try to get this to everybody out there too, is when you out there in these streets, in these studios, and you trying to build relationships. Like talk to these people, build rapport. Like, you know what I mean? This is what gets you to the next step. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because they see that you're passionate. If you just in there trying to just like, oh, just listen to this, just listen to this, just listen to this, and you ain't really just listening to the people and hearing what they saying, listening with a purpose, like they're gonna be like, oh, he just trying to get a quick dollar. Right. Man, that's to me, I get it if people hurting. If you got to do that, cool. But like when we in those establishments, like bro, we was in Outkast, Stank on His Studios.
Stank on His Studios, bro.
So that was to me was just a plus. And what I love about Atlanta, it don't look like a studio when you pull up to it.
Yeah.
So you go through that door.
Low key.
And he like, oh, they got a whole stage in one room. Like the joint is dope, man. So it's like. For everybody out there that's trying to be a producer, trying to be a songwriter, trying to be an artist, build relationships, man. But hey, also listen, because sometimes people be trying to finesse you, and if you one of them people like yeah, boy, you gonna go down. You gonna get got. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure y'all pay attention to that. Yeah, before we get out of here, bro, we got gym class. Class.
Okay.
GEM, not GYM. Yeah. What is some gems or a gem that you can leave to the people, man, to carry on in their toolbox?
One thing that has always stuck with me was do something that no one has to ask you to do, if that makes sense. If you're going to chase a purpose, if you're going to chase something that you want to do full time, like let's say, I may not know it for everyone else, but for me, it's music. Mm-hmm. No one has to ask me to make music. No one has to ask me to make beats, stuff like that. Yeah. So when I'm thinking about, okay, my time in the Marine Corps, it's looking slim. Like it's look like I'm about to be on the outside soon. So I'm asking myself all these questions, and I'm also playing the mental game. Like, what does my day look like? Okay, I say I want to do music, but how do I structure that? And it all stems back to purpose. It all stems back to what you're willing to be persistent in throughout all the struggles, throughout everything. But if you can answer that for yourself, and if you can hone in on that and really organize your thoughts about that thing, you could go really far. So I'll definitely say that's my piece of advice.
So pretty much do the right thing when nobody's watching.
Yeah, do the right thing with nobody watching, and then do what you like really love to do, what you genuinely love to do. Like don't do something that's just lit. Because something that's lit may not be lit 5-10 years down the road.
That part.
But if you do something that you love to do, you may be the change, or you may be like the turning point, or you may be that piece of innovation that takes whatever it is even further. You feel what I'm saying? So don't just like, don't chase a trend. Find out what your purpose is, find out what it is that you love to do, and become organized in that, and then you'll see progress.
Facts. That's big facts, man. But look, JD, bro. Hey, man, it's always good, man. It's always love, man. I appreciate you, man.
Always.
For coming on the pod, man. And always make sure y'all follow. It's at JDT, right? Music?
Yes, sir. JDT Music 1.
Yeah, at JDT Music 1. Make sure y'all go look up his music. dope producer, everything, man. You know what I mean? Just go check it out. Give it a listen. And hey, you might work with him one day. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? This is why I do what I do with these podcasts, bro, because I don't want to just grab celebrities, you know what I'm saying? I want to grab people that's like on the come up, like, you know what I'm saying? So I can show the people like, look, bro was on the pod before he took off.
Before y'all even knew.
Before y'all even knew who he really was, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, man, I appreciate you, man. Like always, man, we gone.
Oh, yes, sir.
Let's stop that thing. Boom. And record.